Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Dose for July 8th, 2026. We are 6 days from publish date for Smarter About Sports. You see it behind my shoulder. This is a big time for me to release my first book. I'm very proud of it. It sort of go through my whole life in sports, a fortunate life it has been. Today I'll give you one excerpt just on my immersion from coming from big city Eastern life to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Of course, I told you that I left the agent business when the Green Bay Packers called just as I was losing my watershed client in my career, Ricky Williams, to Master P, a rapper. I remember my dad saying, my mom saying, Dad just asked me, what is a rapper? Like, you're gonna, someone who raps packages? Or anyway, I went to Green Bay. And yes, it was an immersion. I was staying at the Midway Motor Inn across the street from Lambeau, obviously the weather. But just a couple stories. One, I went to the first banquet in Green Bay. It was not at a restaurant. It was something called a supper club, but whatever. It sounded like a restaurant. And I just remember there were big glasses in front of each place setting, and they were completely full with whole milk. And every time you took a sip of the milk or a few sips, someone would come around and pour more milk. I'm like, okay, that's different. Another thing I noticed was Lambeau Field. Oh my God, before the renovation, this was just the lower bowl. It looked like a high school stadium. I could not believe this was the place where, the play happened, the ice bowl, all these kind of things. It just looked like a tiny stadium. We had these tiny offices. One hall was football people, one hall was administrative people. We were over the training room. It was really hard to believe at that time that was part of an NFL franchise. Another story, how small it was. The arena football commissioner, a guy named David Baker, larger-than-life guy whose son played in the NFL, he came and presented the arena. At that time, a lot of NFL teams were getting arena teams. I'm like, that sounds great. And let's do it. And he finally said, no, yeah, but Green Bay's too small for an arena team, but we'll make you arena too. So we were big enough for an NFL team, but not big enough for an arena team. It just showed the iconic nature of where we were. Last story, I was at the beach, and I was doing a trade, and the phone just died. So I look up, there's a ranger station. I trudge up there with my little boy, both in our swim trunks. And I asked the ranger, like, I need to use the phone to make a trade for the Green Bay Packers. And he kind of looked at me like I had three heads. I said it again, no progress. And then I'm like, walked right up to him. Listen, we're about to trade David Bowens to the Buffalo Bills for Bobby Collins. Can I use this phone to make the trade? And then I had his attention. He looked at me, and I'll never forget what he said. He said, we're trading Bowens? And I said, yes. Why are we trading Bowens? He's good. And I said, well, just let me do the trade. So anyway, that just shows you the intense nature of the fans. I came back the next day. He had it on the newspaper on his desk, the trade that he was part of in some way. I gave him another paper, signed it. Anyway, this was living in Green Bay. It was quite an immersion, again, for a guy coming from the East Coast. But there's hundreds of stories like that in the book, and I hope you buy it. Go to pre-order, if you would, Amazon pre-order, Smarter About Sports, and of course, tell your friends, family, give it as gifts. I hope you do. All right, more stories to come, and obviously the published date is 6 days away, July 14th. Thanks.